Hey, welcome folks to Affiliate Nerd Out Publisher Highlight Edition. I'm Dustin Howes, here reviewing hand-selected publishers in the affiliate industry that are helping brands drive revenue. My guest today, Lucas, founder of Goloot. Thanks for joining me, Lucas, and welcome back to the Nerdatorium.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me back, Dustin. I'm glad I made a first impression that gets me a second invite on
That's
this.
right. Two-timer club is deep, and I'll send the jacket in the mail here shortly, all right? Lucas, tell us about what your product is and who you're serving out there.
Thank you for the opportunity, Dustin. Well, as you introduced already, my name is Lucas. I'm the CEO and founder of Goloot. We're about a 5-year-old innovative publisher. I started this company out of Montreal, but now operate out of an office in Toronto and New York City, servicing brands and agencies in both the US and Canada. What Goloot specializes in is driving performance outcomes from traffic to conversions and sales and even lead generation for brands through content. We saw an interesting gap in the market where content advertising lacked a platform, some scalability, performance pricing that didn't have any flat fee component, or even advertising formats that were optimized for conversions and performance, not necessarily for awareness and display.
Yeah.
And so today, Goloot's network has about 300 premium editorial content partners, newsletters, as well as local media partners and blogs. What all of our publishers have in common and it is in some capacity, they produce shoppable content, meaning content designed to influence the buying decision of a readership. We're reaching about 75 million unique shoppers in North America today, 70% of those in the US and about 30% in Canada. We have some pretty amazing publication partners like Us Weekly, US News, Variety, Rolling Stone, and so many more. Goloot will, within this content ecosystem, power a mix of experiences and placements that we make available to our brand. We're most known for our native in-content ad formats. These are like banners that sit in the middle of an article or somewhere on a page that a user can interact with and discover contextually relevant products through. So if an article talks about beauty or fashion, we'll want to introduce usually e-commerce offers or some form of e-commerce product that's relevant for that readership in that audience. And it's presented to you almost as like a value add in the article, something special that you really want to engage with. From there, we tap into newsletter inventory using our own ad products and organic features. And lastly, we power full form dedicated editorial formats. So you're thinking like a long form article that talks exclusively about our client, where a user can click on different call to action or creatives. And eventually, every single one of these placements drives traffic to a website. We're driving millions of dollars in sales this way. I think the unique aspect of our network is its ability to combine all sorts of content-based formats all at once without charging any flat fee to participating brand and optimizing directly for the outcomes that grow their business. So that's Goloot in a nutshell. We're a team of about 40 or so people now, growing really quickly. And yeah, that's the story.
Fantastic. And from my experience, the clients that I've sent you thus far have been succeeding and seen some really good ROI from what you guys are providing. It is just so hard as an affiliate manager out there to, go and connect with all of these different publications, and you guys are doing it in one spot. It's just super simple and easy for those brands to see some great gains from it. So with that, I'd love to see this in action. Let's cut into seeing some of the main features and a little demo of what you guys are doing out there with companies.
Hey everybody, my name is Lucas. I'm the CEO and founder of Goloot. Goloot is a performance marketing company and technology built to help brands reach, engage, and acquire millions of customers via content. At its core, we are an advertising network of over 350 high-quality premium publishers, editorial websites, blogs, and newsletters who produce high-quality content designed to influence how their core readership and their core community buys and purchases products every single day. Goloot's unique ability to position brands through various formats and ad experiences within a content environment or website is what makes it a unique performance partner and has helped us elevate the ROI that hundreds of leading e-commerce, retail, and B2B brands have been able to achieve via content. Goloot's advertising ecosystem starts with our own proprietary ad units. We have built over 5 years of research and development and over $20 million in venture capital raised a very unique way for brands to present themselves in content. Forget banners, forget boring videos, forget disrupting pop-ups. We believe your brand should be presented as an added value in qualified and contextually relevant content, meaning content that speaks about your product or similar services and where an audience is already qualified. Goloot's ad experience, which will live directly on the page, either on mobile or desktop, will present your product under your campaign as an added value for the readership. Users will be able to discover this ad experience somewhere on the page, either at the top of the article, the bottom, or the middle, and interact with it in various ways to eventually make their way to your website. We support these ad units across our entire network of premium publisher partners and have those available on over 100,000 articles today, reaching billions of impressions every month. Here's an example of how this ad unit behaves. As I'm consuming an article about hardware and electronics, Goloot will introduce a selection of offers that have been intelligently selected to ensure they match the surrounding content and provide a relevant value proposition for the reader. The first thing you'll notice is the ad experience looks and feels like the publisher website. We're trying to design something that is perceived by the reader as an in-content added value, not as an ad or an evident third-party sponsorship. By discovering different offers and selecting, or in this context, redeeming the one that is most relevant to me, Goloot will first deliver a storefront, an opportunity for me to learn more about the brand, the product, and potentially the offer that I'm engaging in. Users can, of course, click to be immediately redirected to your website, but we also offer convenient ways for them to redeem the offer with their email, redeem the offer with their phone number, and receive additional information in their inbox or in their SMS and convert at a later point in time. Brands can use this interface and this ad experience to feature their product, their value proposition, or, which is about 80% of the campaigns we run, a special promotion, an e-commerce offer, a discount, a free trial, a gift with purchase, or any other incentive that you want to catch the attention of our audience and be delivered within the content that is qualified for that product. Beyond just these ad units, Goloot will also work with its advertising clients and within its publisher network to deliver dedicated editorial formats. We're talking about a full-form, conversion-optimized article, meaning carefully selected title, carefully selected number of call to actions, purposefully engineered creatives that maximize click-through rate and click-out, and pages that are rid of third-party ad units or other distractions that could create a click leakage and redirect audiences somewhere that is not the intended website. Those editorial formats we support on really high-end premium publisher partners. They will live on the primary domain of that publisher partner and through multiple call to actions or images, deliver a click to your website. What we like to say internally at Goloot is nothing sells better than a good story. And by featuring yourself through Goloot's advertising experience and ad units into this publisher environment, or by featuring yourself through dedicated editorial formats, we can really elevate your brand and deliver high quality customers to your site. We work with brands purely on performance. There are no flat fees, no CPMs. We usually work with advertising partners on the cost per.
All right. Thanks for that, Lucas. How are companies utilizing your guys' service to succeed here?
Well, we cater to a large ecosystem of brands, whether it's the agencies representing them or the brands direct,
Okay.
from e-commerce leaders in the beauty, the fashion, the finance vertical, all the way into a B2B ecosystem as well. B2B SaaS, B2B loans and financial facilities for enterprise or small and medium business customers. So we have a pretty large portfolio of brands, about 500 or so now. We're finding a lot of success, of course, with well-known brands all the way down to Shopify stores that are growing really quickly. I think the formula for success in content-based advertising or performance PR is to make sure that you're providing value to the end audience, both through your product and service and the way you're positioning your messaging, but also in the way that you're approaching the user with a call to action that drives an immediate action. Too often, brands are approaching this channel in the same way that they would consider PR and awareness. They're providing really cool stories and publishing really cool stories. But unfortunately, those stories might not convert into customers right away. And then other partners will come into play and be responsible for the sale. If you want to maximize performance through content, and especially through Goloot's network and the type of inventory that we have, we always recommend our partners to come with some form of incentive. It doesn't have to be wildly exclusive. It doesn't have to be above and beyond anything they've ever done before. But if you're talking to the readership of our partners, some form of acquisition incentive, the performance really, really grows exponentially. So that's really how we're thinking about content strategies today. We've also seen a lot of success in ensuring that the placements we deliver to brands are contextually relevant. So we're not featuring a beauty offer. It's something that doesn't write or talk about beauty in some capacity. And then within those pages, ensuring that the page itself is optimized for conversion. The more we can minimize third-party ad units, third-party pop-ups, and all the bells and whistles that have gone pretty excessive, right, Dustin, on the open web today. When you go editorial side, it's like you're bombarded with colors and tone. The more we can tune that down and really focus on the value proposition of our clients, the better. So all of our pages and all of our formats across our publisher ecosystem, and that's thanks to the great content relationships we have been optimized for conversions, reducing that noise and keeping the focus on the brand itself and its value proposition. Combining these two things is really a great recipe for scale. And I think as you and I spoke in the initial call we had together a few months ago, Goloot is so confident in its ability to get you the results that we can even guarantee it. I know unlike other platforms, you're spending some money as a brand and you're a little anxious about the returns or the prospective potential. We're here to provide you with a guarantee that says, if we don't deliver a minimum volume of sales, we're not even going to charge you anything and call it quits. That's how confident we are in our product. And that's been helping us acquire a lot of accounts over the months and years now.
That's fantastic. And that's something that's pretty rare in this industry. And the clients that I've sent you have not had any complaints, which is a really good sign. And we want to continue that. And tell us about how your pricing model works.
Yeah, for sure. And I appreciate that you said that clients are not complaining. It's never to say that performance marketing is linear, right? It's not a science, it's an art. And there's a lot of nuance and little things that can impact performance. But I think as you've seen yourself, Dustin, our team is very committed to the success of our relationships. We assign a customer success specialist to every campaign. There's a real human being you can talk to. They can jump on weekly or monthly calls, and we're very committed. We'll even make recommendations on how we think the e-commerce website of our partner should behave to maximize performance and improve the funnel. So we're a committed partner. In terms of pricing, there are no flat fees. There's no CPM. There's nothing that we require as an upfront investment whatsoever. We work with brands on either a cost per click, which is the most competitive form of payout across our network. And brands can get a lot of upside because if the clicks are converting really well, if you back it out to a CPA, it can be very efficient. We can work with brands on a cost per lead. That might not apply to every type of advertiser, but for brands who are looking to acquire email addresses, phone numbers, we're optimizing the content placements to capture that data and then remarketing it back to our clients. And lastly, we can work with brands on a CPA, which is usually a specific action that happens on their website, a conversion, a sale, a subscription, someone signing up to the loyalty program. We're looking for a measurable event, usually reported by an affiliate platform. And we're going to price against that event, giving you a guaranteed result. And you're only paying when the outcomes are delivered without anything else in the funnel. So those three models are usually what we explore with our clients. We provide them with packages that will include different formats, editorial placements, just to get them closer to their goals. And they can choose based on what level of spend they're comfortable with or what makes the most sense relative to their campaign. I'm actually pleasantly surprised to see that a lot of brands are seeing the value in CPC. Affiliate marketing used to be closed doors to CPC, and that was like, that's a Google search kind of thing. But we're understanding now that efficient CPC can back out to much better CPAs than if you're paying a partner straight up on the conversion. And that's where we're trying to build models for our clients that are flexible and showing them the potential on each of our price points. So that's how we approach our partnerships today, Dustin.
Awesome. That flexibility is super clutch for brands out there that might not have an option sometimes to go with the CPC level, or the CPA option is a great way to go. But working with brands the way that they need to work with you is super clutch. So I love the way you're doing and going about that. That's it for today's publisher highlight. In the link in the description of this video, you're going to find my link. you can help support my content creating habits by clicking on that link and going to talk to Lucas and the Goloot team. Thanks for joining me, buddy. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, Dustin. See you soon.
All right, folks, keep on recruiting, and we'll see you out there. Take care. Listening to Goloot Nerd Out.